Hey guys, it's Morgan coming to you from Highland Cycles. Welcome back to another weekly Shlog. I filmed this one a little differently. I filmed the stuff and now I'm filming the intro afterwards so I can tell you what's coming. This week's Shlog is all about suspension. We got suspension on a couple different KTMs. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you're new here or if you found us because of some other race video or travel video or ride video or review video, consider sticking around here with us because this is our weekly thing we do every week. We show you tech stuff. We just show you what happens in a small motorcycle shop in Western Colorado. It's pretty cool. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. I have to say a huge shout out to the biggest sponsor of the channel, Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thank you guys so very much. If you want to shop with them, use the link in our description below. It really does help us out a ton. We're trying to grow this channel into a huge moto channel so we can do even more cool stuff. So anyway, if that sounds like fun, join us. Here we go. All right, guys, so first up for the week is this KTM 450. Anyway, whatever. We're doing, there you go. Anyway, whatever. I keep forgetting to mention that. We haven't talked about that in quite a while, guys. So we have this 450 XC that we did suspension valving on. Super happy with it. Very, very happy. But then was having some problems later with it losing pressure, and then in the air side, and he kept pumping it up, and now it is like a rock. Like it won't compress at all. Like absolutely won't compress. So not sure what's going on, but we are going to dig into it and figure it out. I think my guess is we got something wrong with the air spring. Hopefully it just needs to be serviced or something like that. Taken apart and messed with. I don't know. But we're going to start by going to take the bleeder out, see if that blows a whole bunch of air. That'd be weird because that would be air in this outer chamber right here, where the oil for lubing up and down is, because that's all that bleeder does. Then we'll take this and we'll see what air pressure we've got in here and take a look and see if it's just like 4 skrillion pounds or whatever. And then after all that, we'll take it off the bike, mess with it, take it apart, get the air spring apart. And anyway, that sounds like fun. Let's get after this thing. Whew. Okay, so that is crazy. Let's see if these forks move now. Aha, there we go. All right, they're moving like they're supposed to. So that makes me think that the air spring is leaking into the outer chamber. So either way, we got to fix it. Let's take this thing apart and get into there. So 80 pounds, that's definitely low. Yeah, I think it's just leaking out of the air spring and into the rest of the fork. So I'll be right back. Once we get this fork off, we'll meet you over at the bench. All right, guys, got the fork off, chalked up here in the soft jaws. These are aluminum soft jaws from Racetech. I had a guy make a comment, give me some constructive criticism on the videos. I wasn't showing up close enough of what's going on, and I think he's right. I probably don't show enough. I kind of assume that if someone's going to get to that point of the video, they probably know more than maybe what I give them credit. Anyway, yeah, maybe giving a little too much credit. So there's a little bit of a whiny comment, but I actually think he's right. So I probably need to show you. So I'm going to try to get in a little bit closer. Also going to maybe try some POV camera stuff to let you guys see what I'm doing, like actually with my hands and everything. Not so much on this right now, but in the future as we go forward, some tech videos. So yeah, let's get this thing off and get the air spring out. It's KTM fork cap, 50 millimeter fork cap wrench. air spring definitely leaking. All right, let me go grab a pan. Grab our clicker koozie, Highland Cycles clicker koozie. Put it on there. There's no clickers to protect here, but it just protects the top of this as we set it down in the pan. Let that drain. Gonna come in here with a flat blade, and we're gonna pop this cap out. Other camera, but we'll work on that. So take that cap out of the way. All right, guys, that is a 19 millimeter. Gonna hold it with my leg, hopefully. There we go. Set our tubes down out of the way because the fork seals aren't leaking or anything like that. I don't think we need to do that job. Now we got our air spring. And like I said, we measured this thing at 80 PSI, so that's not nearly enough. And let me show you how this thing works. So that right there is the bleed that we took out and got all that air out. Comes right through this hole, which you can see that's the cutout that then allows it to bleed this chamber out here, which is the chamber where the lubricating oil for the the fork bushings and all that. So even though it looks like it goes into the air spring, it does not. It comes right out there. And it feels okay. It's getting loud in here. Feels all right, but it's obviously leaking. So we're going to take this thing apart and do some maintenance. All right, next thing's next. Got to get this circlip off of here so we can take this up and get this plastic out of the way so we don't melt it, because we're going to heat this up to break this loose. There's a lot of thread locker on here. All right, now we're going to chalk this up. I do have over there, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this without any other special tools. So we're going to put we got this in the soft jaws at a flat spot. And again, these are soft jaws, they're aluminum. We're not going to mar this up. Now we're going to take the blue wrench right there. And I know it's yellow, but the blue part up there. Heat this up, and we're going to break this loose, and we're going to take the whole thing out, clean it really good, take a look at the X-ring in there. I call it an X-ring. It's probably a ZY, I don't know. The seal. Make sure it's still in good shape. It feels like it is, because it's not just blown all the way out. Clean it up really good. Re-grease that, and then we'll do our trick of putting actual motor oil inside here to help keep it lubed. Hopefully that's enough.
Hey guys.
Hey Lance, what's happening? There we go. Came loose. Oh yeah, he does. Sucker came loose, no problem, with enough heat. Oh, you're fine. Doesn't matter. I have the edit button. I can do anything. So guys, you gotta unscrew these things a lot of times because this is threaded and it does not want to come out. All right. Everything looks pretty good and pretty well greased up. I'm wondering if it's maybe not this seal that's causing the problem. Just gonna use some pliers and wrenches for this because it's right. Take that off. Now I'm gonna go see if we have these seals. If not, we're gonna have to order them. That's okay. All right, guys. I actually don't have the parts for this. I have seals, but these are for the newer style, and this is the older style. We definitely upgraded him on the spring, this part of it. This has a different balance chamber. That's this right here is the indication of where the balance chamber is above and below. Anyway, so it's the same as the new one. This is a new one. Those are the same, but the seal head and some other things are different. So this is actually off of my 23 300XC Loretta, the Game Changer. This is my air spring. I don't need it. I'm never putting it back in, so I'm just going to give this to the guy. You know, I'm going to charge him for the labor, but I'm just going to give him this thing because this thing works great. It's perfect. It's all the new parts, not only because normally when we do the upgrade, you just get this piece to save money, right? And you put the old seal head and all that stuff in, and it does work, but you end up with the old style. This is a better style. I did some more research on it. Everything about this is better. So we're going to give him this, and he's going to be happy about that. So put our air or clicker koozie back on. Drop this in. And then I'm going to put 240 cc's of KYB 01M in there. His buddy are in the team, so they're going to be racing each other. It's going to be fun.
No way.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. No, I mean, I've been on bikes for 36 hours. The one, yeah, yeah. All right, guys, next job on the lift, and it is some suspension off of a 525 KTM. Our good friend Ryan, the Molecule Secules, and he said I was allowed to give him a big, really hard time because these are going to be disgusting because there's probably over 300 hours on the suspension with zero service. So he's embarrassed, but he's also willing to be an example for what not to do to your suspension. So let's take this thing apart and check it out. This could be really cool. Pay attention, Michael. All right, guys, let's take a look at this. I know it's hard for you to tell, but that is some thick, disgusting oil. All right, I'm going to see if our clicker koozie works on this bike too. Yeah, heck yeah. Clicker koozie fits on that. Now we're just going to let this sit upside down. Ooh, check this out. Guys, super excited. So these are the tool hanger from I got from Toolbox Widget, and I had them set up that I could drop tools or whatever in here, but this is going to work really good. If I just take some of these out, then I can lean that in there and it can't move, you know, won't fall over. That is sweet. Super cool use for that. And they make bigger things that could hang like these big. Anyway, that's awesome. In fact, that's what I'm probably going to do here. I'm going to go, I think I have some of those longer hooks. I'll put those on there so it's an even better thing. This is awesome. Seriously, you're experiencing my excitement right now. Like, this is not fake. I actually just figured this out. Boom. Super stoked about that, guys. Yeah, and yes, this is another advertisement, but honestly, was not a planned one. But check out Toolbox widget below in the comment or in the description. Yeah, they're awesome. And like I said, if you haven't seen it before, let me just show you this organization, all made possible by Toolbox widget. These things are really cool. They're magnet dovetail. I'm gonna do a better, more comprehensive video about these. All right, guys, got G-Love here. He's helping me out. Helped me out by giving me a hard time. I want to show you guys these forks. Like, first of all, there's the disgusting oil. Super, super thick. Just really, really old. It actually wasn't that dirty, amazingly enough, which is pretty cool. But let me show you these things, guys. These are a bit funny how these things work. These old KTMs, they have 2 or 3 bushings. So that little thin one goes on. Then there's a big spacer. Then the normal bushing. Then the other normal bushing. Like that. And what this does is it makes one big, huge bushing to help try to keep this thing from moving and tweaking. Obviously, it turned out to not be necessary because they got rid of this system later. But yeah, it's interesting. And actually, I got my, yeah, there we go. And it's kind of funky. You gotta like, oh wait. Got those backwards. So I got those backwards, guys. This actually goes on first, because this is the one that actually gets slammed into the outer tube. This one goes first because if you look down in there, there's a ridge and that has to get past it. There we go. Just like normal. So now we're going to take our cartridges, put it back in, reassemble just like any other fork, but they are definitely funky. Tuesday night late. Like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. All right, guys. Now we're going to take this shock apart. I already released it. There was a ton of foam and grossness in there. Let me go clean off a spot for the camera right here, and then we'll dump it out and see how bad it is. Actually not terrible. There was a ton of foam though, so, and that's just nature of, you know, nitrogen being behind this piston for a really, really, really long time, slowly seeping past the O-ring. So gonna rebuild this seal, guys. This is an old style seal. We stock these parts, that they are kind of funky. So take this thing apart, keep all the valving in place, rebuild this seal. I'll show you what that looks like here when I get it off. All right, guys, got that apart. Took the top out, spring out. You got to kind of pry these out. They're kind of a pain in the butt. I just use something, go in here, and you kind of pry up, and you just keep your hand over it. Sorry, I didn't show you. Whatever. It's easy. Get that out of the way. Now, this little spacer, set that. Now we have our seal. There's 3 little pieces right there. There's like a, this is like a spacer, it's plastic. This is actually the seal. It's like a little X-ring kind of thing, and then another plastic spacer. Then we have a dirt scraper on this side. Same thing, you're gonna get in here. And there we go. Now we'll go clean this up really, really good and reinstall all that rubber.
So I don't know, like you don't ever have to replace them as long as they don't break.
All right, got our hammer. We're just gonna.
You need to go check it out.
I've seen people in their prison.
Yeah. You can walk a long way down that river.
Can you?
There's some weird hammers in there that are like 180.
There we go.
It's cool, especially right now.
And this, guys, is just a dirt scraper. So like you see, I got a little bit of a dinger there. That's totally fine. No issues. And these are soft jaws. These are aluminum, so it's not messing anything up. Now, we'll take our plastic spacer. Got our new seal. Other plastic spacer. Big spacer. These are always a bit of a problem. It's just a bit of a fight. So you just got to reef this down in there. Now, what I like to do,
What? You don't have a truck?
I got more in the garage. There ain't enough room in the compartment to put more in.
Our rock blockers say they're 6 deep. 6 or 8 of them, and then we're gonna start chasing fish. And you can
there we go.
spot them.
Kind of a pain in the butt, guys, but just take your time, get it in there. Now we're just going to reassemble like normal.
Have you seen that little pond?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any fish in there.
I don't know. But on the way, where you go the back way into Clifton.
Yeah. Maybe perfect for kayaks. The ultimate
You got a
assault.
kayak?
Oh yeah, I got 2 of them.
Did it? I've never done that. Never done that.
Paddling around fishing.
Yeah.
I caught a few small ones that day, but I'll
Where's
fish the
that
spot
at?
and she'll come in behind after I moved on, and then boom! I'm like, I'm starting to think I need to get behind you. So we're paddle for a half hour, and now you're in 6 inches of water. You're like, damn it! You turn around and paddle back. Water. Side.
Nice. Well.
Trying.
Jesus said he doesn't know whether you're working hard or hardly working.
Hardly working.
Work hard.
Nah.
I've never seen it work hard.
Nah. Hell no. Why would you? That's why I don't work on anything, any ATVs or any of that crap. For cheap.
And right now, it was Enter the G-Love, and then they changed it to Sandy.
Yeah.
Change it mountain down a bit. I did like it, top, we were in the top 10 in the city. We play rock and roll.
They just call it. They had their own genre. It was just called G-Love.
Alrighty, I'll see you later, man. Follow it up, man.
Right on.
Little ladies still love G-Love.
That's right.
Let me know.
Yeah. Let me know how that computer works. Do you need chalk oil?
No, I got some.
So I wonder if I can just copy his spec.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's the end of the week, the end of the Shlog. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it wasn't I know it wasn't quite as long as normal, and also didn't have as many varied things. I hope you guys still enjoyed it. Make sure you comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, anything you want to see, please comment below. We do this thing, it's just a weekly deal, so it just happens how it happens, like whatever we're going to have to work on. But if you guys have some specific requests, I will try to make sure I film it. Also, I will reach out to customers and see if they have any stuff like that they need done, and we can make it happen. So thank you guys so much. I hope you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!